have expected all illegal immigrants to have left the country. So obviously those who refuse to leave, it means they're defying the laws of the country.
If we get isolated by Africa, what doomed? Yes. I mean, if you go to any region.
Oh my goodness. I've been saying it. All this noise, all this up and down, all this swearing.
What different meals and cuisines are like on the continent. The people here say this is a place where everyone is welcome, where all Africans are welcome, where everyone is friendly.
30th June is here. The 30th June is here. And Charlie, the way the crowd on the street of Johannesburg, South Africa, like bro, they are a lot. And bro, there is something that is happening. Or there's a video circulating of the South African president with this Fakela guy and then Ngizwe or like what's the name? They have been seen with the president of South Africa and the smiles and everything. People are basically speculating that all along what people have been saying about the president being aware of whatever that is going on or these guys are doing is true. I don't know what you say about this, but trust me, the video is actually going viral. And Jacinta is in this thing, like she's walking with the guys, and bro, she was interviewed, and I would want you to watch the interview and listen to what she said. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up. Let's go into the video.
Peaceful, and this is evidence. This is more than 10,000 people marching peacefully. They haven't had anything, they haven't disturbed the police.
Uma umusha kule channel wafethu namhlanje njengamanje ebusuku ngizwe umculo kanye nophakela umthakathi kade beyobonana ke nomengameli uPresident Nana Akufo-Addo beyoxoxa ke bafowethu njengoba ke sazi ukuthi kusasa noma namhlanje kuseni imashi umhla ka30 June wawi deadline eyayibekiwe kuphakela umthakathi ukuthi ke kumele ushaye abantu bokufika sebengasekho kulelizwe bafowethu umhla ka30 sofikile so mengameli kubone kwethu belihle kakhulu ukuthi ahlangane na.
Today is the 30th, the biggest call that you're making. What is it?
The biggest call is that by now we would have expected all illegal immigrants to have left the country. So obviously those who refuse to leave, it means they're defying the laws of the country. And we would expect the government to treat this matter with the urgency that it deserves. Because if you're refusing to leave a country and you know you're illegal in the country, it means that you don't respect that country or its laws. So we would have hoped by now we would have had a comprehensive plan from government on how they're going to be dealing with the issue of illegal immigration. But so far we don't have anything. So we'll announce when we get at Point Road what our next plan is.
I just want to reflect on something that I saw on social media. Have you been able to have a conversation with President RAMAPHOSA? Of course, I understand that March and March Associates Ngizwe and Phakela Umthakathi had a conversation with the president. Have you been part of any of those conversations? Have you met with the president?
No.
Were you aware of that meeting?
No.
And are you aware perhaps of what came out there? Of course, you do share the same sentiments. So have you engaged with March and March Associates about that meeting? Jacinta, thank you very much for your time this morning. As you heard it there, Stephen, you would have seen, of course, those visuals that we saw on social media of March and March associates that met with President Cyril Ramaphosa. Jacinta Ngobese Zuma stating that she was not aware of that particular meeting, and at this point, she's also not aware of what was actually discussed.
Awuthi inkunzi le manje ama message idlokolo awume ngeenyawo ushaka manje hayi ushaka
if we get isolated by Africa, we're doomed. Yes. I mean, if you go to any region and ask a country, who's your biggest trading partner? They will not point at a country across oceans. They'll point at countries in their region. Now, we isolate ourselves from our region, what will happen?
You people like to say, let's forget, let's not blame anyone. Please, stop that nonsense. When the Holocaust happened against the Jews, it was 1940s, 45. Not a single African country other than Ethiopia and those who had not been colonized was free. The first African country got independent 1957. There is not a single Jewish person who will allow you to forget the Holocaust. And in fact, there are crimes, not just in Israel, across the world against denial of the Holocaust. US foreign policy, Israeli foreign policy is very key. It's a central issue. Africans, for some reason, must forget something that happened 50 years ago, if you are Zimbabwe 80 years ago. Listen, we must always remind our friends from Europe and elsewhere that slavery was a crime against humanity, as is colonialism and neocolonialism. That killing Sankara in 1984 because you are opposed to communism and plunging his country into chaos that you are now trying to solve as a problem of poor governance is a shared responsibility. So we will take responsibility for our nakedness. But for goodness sake, a naked emperor cannot lecture us about how to be clothed. And I'll tell you the contradictions. When Europeans first came here, if you come to the south of the continent, ladies did not wear long skirts. And they did not cover their top. Then they said, no, that's indecent. So we covered everything, including the head. And then the Europeans have decided to go nude now. Now the dress code in Europe is pre-colonial Africa. And then when our kids try and dress up that way, we say it's an African. We are confused around ownership.
There's no crisis called immigration. The crisis is unemployment. The crisis is poverty. The crisis is inequality. The tragedy of the South African society is that you've got a population of 5 million Europeans, or so-called white people, who are settlers, who have settled here over the last 300 years, who have used colonization and apartheid to enrich themselves, based on the humiliation of black people, not in South Africa, but in Southern Africa. And these people, as it were, Samgela, remain very, very privileged. They remain very rich. Their companies have not lost a single profit, despite the fact that the economy has stagnated. There's no growth, unemployment has risen, but you've got huge companies that continue to record massive profits. What type of an economy is this? Where you've got former colonizers continuing to be privileged, continuing to be rich, continuing to live in comfort. And you've got now being mobilized to fight amongst each other for the crumbs that fall from the table. From the crumbs of trillions worth of an economy, we must fight over 2 or 9 billion in the townships, pressed living on top of each other. So the seminar is assessing this objective of creating a non-racial equal society on the basis specifically of economic hardships. President Mbeki, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, Trevor Manuel, Saki Maxozoma, all of them will be in the speaking line. Each will get his own time to advance a specific topic. And indeed, Mama Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma is going to speak to this question of the national question and Pan-Africanism. How is it that every time black people are together, when they've got a problem amongst each other, they must treat each other as if they are fair food?
We had to round up all Nigerians tomorrow and get them out of the country. We've not resolved the drug issue. All we've done is perhaps open up a small portion of the drug market that will simply be captured by South Africans, or by anyone else for that matter. Right? So the idea that deportations and removing people is going to solve the crisis is is fundamentally flawed. In fact, it's insulting to South African gangsters as though they are incapable of selling drugs themselves. They can sell drugs and they'll tell you themselves we're fully capable of selling drugs. And so that is the key point, right? Is that these people are misleading us. They don't understand the crisis we are confronted by, and they are not putting forward solutions that will actually resolve that crisis. And so we are not saying that we shouldn't organize. There's no way that we are going to sit here and pretend that everything is fine and that there's no fight to be waged. There is a fight to be waged. And indeed, we must organize to wage it, but we need to do so on the correct program.
Oh my goodness, I've been saying it. All this noise, all this up and down, all this swearing, there is a man behind. I was asking myself, how can the president be quiet when our country is going up and down? People are destroying the country, our image. I knew it. Look at this video. What is this video telling you? It's telling you that these people, they are coming to see their master. Do you see anything wrong here? Do you see anyone who's angry talking about someone who's destroying our country? Oh, you are seeing people who are seeing their master. Look at the way they are smiling. Look at the way they are smiling. People, wake up. All this, it means something is coming for us. There is a plan that is being planned behind us. What do you think? Tomorrow, is it the 1st June? People are going to go. Things they're going to change. No. Instead, things they're going to be worse for us, especially black people. Low class. So ask yourself, these leaders of yours that are fighting for you right now, those Pagelum Tagats, why are they smiling with the president? You find them with this one, with Zuma. Why are they so close with the politicians? Oh, I'm feeling sorry for you if you believe this. And I'm feeling sorry for you if you dirty your hands by killing your black people or abusing your black people because you are bringing cases for your children, for your generation. Nothing we can say. You guys must continue march. If that will make you feel happy. But if you think you are cleaning, you are fixing the country, who are you to fix this country?
Yo, you know what? The people are angry now, no? The people are angry. For the first time in probably 10 years, this time of the day on a Sunday, the shop across the road by me is closed. I had to drive now to another shop. And then the people said that the shop behind him, that one is also closed. What if all these parts of shops is going to close in our areas? We're going to have to drive or walk or whatever the case may be. We make it for kilometers. We are making it so difficult for our own selves.
Mr. Sheikh, thanks so much for your time this morning and welcome to Morning Live. So in terms of today and the protest action, how has this impacted the community here, the Somali community in particular in Mayfair?
Good morning, Sister Sakina, and good morning to the viewers. Thank you very much for the opportunity. As you said before, this is one of the vibrant suburbs in Johannesburg. And the business usually opens at 6. It's very evident from the way you see that the street is very clear. So the impact is very clear. And it's not only isolated to Mayfair. This one is a South African issue. And to tell you the truth, that here Mayfair, one of the community, mainly is a Somali suburb. And talking of the Somalis, majority of us are asylum seekers and refugees that are under the protection of the South African government. And to some extent, some of us are permanent resident holders as well as citizens. Myself, I was here for the last 26 years, and also I'm a citizen of South Africa. So we have been impacted, and we are one of the people that have a positive impact, and we contributed to the economy of South Africa. So really, it affected our businesses. Thank you very much.
So you say this is mainly a Somali suburb. So how many Somalians do you believe live here in Mayfair?
I really don't have the data, to tell you the truth. Not only the Somalis, there are quite few African, what do you call, diasporas from Zim, from Malawi, from Ethiopia, and many more, and as well as the Asian communities are here. So roughly there are 58 ethnic communities and from across the world. Yeah, not only for Somalis.
So the match and match leaders wanted to cancel the team, but the people no agree. So people don't take to the street. They don't do their protests. Better or they watch. Like this now, no fit see the damages so I don't do. Until later in the evening. So they wait. May nothing shall do any foreigner now. Until they one winner. May nothing do any foreigner. If una like more set una entire country ablaze, that will not concern us. May nothing shall do foreigners.
We are inside taxi rank here in the Joburg CBD. This is one of the biggest and most busiest taxi rank in the Joburg CBD. But today it has turned into a ghost town. There is literally no people here. On an ordinary day, there will be lines and lines and lines or queues and queues of people waiting to board taxis. But what we have experienced here, it's already around 9 a.m. And what we have experienced is taxis that are just stationed, have not been loading people, and it's literally a ghost town. Usually, marshals will be loading people into taxis when it is an ordinary day. But obviously the 30 June is not an ordinary day. And even though the government was adamant that today is going to be business as usual, it does appear from this that people have decided to stay home for their safety. And you would know in South Africa, taxis carry millions and millions of people to work in different places. But today, these taxis are stationed here. They are not loading people. There are no people to transport anywhere.
Welcome to Yeoville Market in Johannesburg. If you want a place where people from all over Africa meet and mingle, this is where you come. This is where you meet people from all over the continent, north, south, east and west, where you get foods from countries like Mozambique, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, etc. It's where South Africans sometimes get their first taste of what different meals and cuisines are like on the continent. The people here say this is a place where everyone is welcome, where all Africans are welcome, where everyone is friendly, but there are concerns about protests being organized by anti-migrant groups about the number of undocumented foreigners.
My message to South Africa about this issue is it is not our fault that we are illegal. It is the fault of the government in charge, which is immigration, because immigration, they are not issuing paper. I'm not going to be here for one or two reasons. I don't want my shop to be looted, and I don't want the market where I'm working to be bent down to ashes.
Some people fear Tuesday's protests could turn violent. Some foreigners have left the country, others are still trying to get out. But because of logistical challenges, for example, there aren't enough buses, many people are still stuck here and they're sleeping outside embassies because that's where they say they feel safe.
I just felt like I should record this video in case you were wondering what's happening on this side of Hampton. This is what looks like in the north. Quiet. June 30th. Normally there will be a lot of traffic coming from that side. That's College Drive. Taxis coming from that side of Alexander. And there will also be a lot of traffic from buses and taxis that coming from that side of Rosebank and Johannesburg. Taxis are empty. Understandably so. 30th of June is much and much. You know, safety first. Normally, those shops will be operating. I just felt like I should record a video to give you an update so that you can see what is happening in the north.
So I'm in Musina in Limpopo, near the border between South Africa and Zimbabwe, and behind me is thousands of Malawian nationals who are camping outside the Home Affairs building, and they want Home Affairs to assist them with the required papers to return to their home countries. As you know, concerned South Africans are protesting throughout the country today. There's law enforcement all over the place, but really it's about 5,000 to 7,000 people who are here in Musina today. I managed to speak to one of them. His name is Ishmael Omar, and take a listen to what he had to say.
Sonke sifuna sihambe. Yeah. Sonke sifuna sihambe. All of us, we don't want to sleep here. We are sleeping in the street.
So now we've been told that 10 more buses are leaving Durban and are coming to Messina, and those buses are transporting Malawian nationals who so eagerly want to return to their home country. So the situation here in Messina, as you can see, is thousands of people who are camping outside Home Affairs. Tell me what you think in the comment section.
There is one person who has been hit. He says he comes from KwaZulu-Natal. They question him which part to know where he's from. He's been hit quite badly in the back of his head. They've been beaten up. Police are nearby. And there seems to be no end in sight to the march. People are just walking from all sorts of directions. Police are trailing.
So the question is, does the president know about what is going on, or what these people or these guys have been doing since last 2 months or last 3 months or whatever? Are they aware? We all know that they said this thing, this March and March people, they are being sponsored, and MK party is also involved, a whole lot of things. Like, we've heard a lot of rumors, but which is which? What do you know? Share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think is the real reason why these people are doing this? People are also arguing that so there are some people behind it and they just want to isolate South Africa. Honestly, if you look at the whole thing, I've said it a couple of times here that I have shared a newspaper from Israel that is boldly written on their headline that they want to fragment Africa, and the first place that they are going to start with is South Africa. I shared that particular video here. So listen, this is getting out of hand, and now the way South Africa, listen, like one of the biggest spaces that South Africa gets its money is tourism. So now I don't know how tourism is faring right now, because definitely I know it will go down. People have cancelled their trips, a whole lot of things. So my question is, these people, do they think what they are doing is positively affecting the country, or it is affecting the country negatively, or they don't know, or they don't care? Bro, let's see what happens. Today is 30th. Let's see what they are going to do tomorrow, like the next day. Let's see. Thank you so much for watching.